Life is tough, and people can be even worse.
Easy, easy. Whoa, you gotta calm down there, Chuck. See, there's three kinds of people.
Yep, I believe that is right. There are those who are wise, there are many that are foolish, and too many that are hate-filled. The hate-filled are full of negativity and will rejoice whenever you falter. But then you got a wide variety of fools, and some actually mean well, but others just need to mature a bit more. But then you got a few diamonds in the rough. Wise people. Hello, I'm Hallelujah Brony, and today I'll be talking about how to deal with the wise, the foolish, and the hate-filled people using examples from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. So this is part 1 in a series to investigate ways to handle those in your life based on what kind of person they are, but you still need to use your best judgment on how to handle each person. So before I continue, it is important for you to handle each situation as a wise person with clarity and sensitivity. So let's begin on how a wise person responds to a friend who speaks the truth with a loving heart, just like Spike did to Rarity in the Season 4 episode, Inspiration Manifestation.
The spell took over you and you wanted to change everything in Equestria. I was afraid to tell you how I really felt about it, but then I told you the truth.
Dearest Spike, you should never be afraid to tell me the truth. We're friends, remember?
Those who are truly wise are self-aware of their actions, and they will make things right before things get out of hand. But this is a perfect example of a wise fool, and the wise will respond positively to the loving correction from a friend. And because of the power of their friendship, the truth set her free. She quickly snapped out of her bad spell, and Rarity in her wisdom was thankful for Spike speaking the truth, bringing them closer as friends. I read a book that lends some useful advice in handling a wise person. It states, "Don't bother correcting mockers, they will only hate you for it, but correct the wise and they will love you for it. Instruct the wise and they will grow wiser still." And Spike says something quite similar.
Today I learned how important it is to be honest with your friends when they're doing something that you don't think is right. A true friend knows that you're speaking up because you care about them.
Spike!
Ain't that the truth? Can I get an amen? That is how you know if your friends are wise, and I thank God for the friends that will speak up and convey their feelings whenever I have truly wronged someone else. And it's a punch in the gut, but whenever I listen to their grievances, I try to view it as the opportunity to grow in character and friendship. Do you, my dear viewer, share your gratitude with your friends when they kindly express their concern for you, and even if you don't agree with them?
Do you have any idea how hard it was to reverse that much dark magic?
You don't look so good. What? I'm just being honest. It's what good friends do.
Oh, come on, Spike. Now you're just pushing it. There's a huge difference between being truthful and being a downright insensitive jerk. You should have known better, Spike. How dare you treat Twilight that way, you little... Yeah, what I said wasn't really helpful. I really got carried away there. Sorry, Spike. Yelling the truth out of anger won't really help much. I really do need to practice telling the truth with a lot more care and sensitivity. Do you, my viewer, also struggle with balancing truth and kindness? Which do you find more difficult? I'm not the only one who struggles with this problem. In the episode, Putting Your Hoof Down, Fluttershy struggles to find a balance between demanding respect and treating others the way she wants to be treated. Which actually brings me to the next group of people and ponies to deal with, the hate-filled. To end her days of being a doormat, Fluttershy turned to the bull-headed jerk Iron Will, the Minotaur, embracing his arrogant and hate-filled teachings, but as a result, she became a bully who got her way and ended up miserable in the end. Although she went to a seminar to be more assertive, it failed to explain how to handle people that are disrespectful. And rather than going into more detail about this, I will discuss how to be more assertive in part 2 of my Wise, Foolish, and Hate-Filled series. Well, anyway, because she lost her stuff with bad advice and arrogant counsel, she actually said this to her friends.
Thought petty was what you're all about, Rarity, with your petty concerns about fashion. Hey, leave her alone! Fashion is her passion! Oh, and what are you passionate about? Birthday cake? Party hats? I can't believe that the two most frivolous ponies in Ponyville are trying to tell new Fluttershy how to live her life when they are throwing their own lives away on pointless pursuits that no pony else gives a flying feather about!
After Pinkie Pie and Rarity got their feelings hurt by Fluttershy, I believe they handled the situation quite appropriately. And if someone is that angry with you, they need time to calm down while giving yourself some time and space to appropriately process the hurt and move forward in the right mindset. You know, they went back to Fluttershy because they recognized that that wasn't her true character, and more importantly, they actually forgave her because she was given bad teaching. They even helped her to be more assertive without being a jerk. But what should you do with people in your life that are always negative or downright hostile? What do you do then? To discuss this, Gila the Griffin comes to mind. Isn't she a fascinating character? She acts like she's too cool and always has a chip on her shoulder with something to prove, not to mention her bitter attitude that she carries around is almost as atrocious as her behavior in that episode.
Yeah? Well, you are such a flip-flop! Cool 1 minute and lame the next. When you decide not to be lame anymore, give me a call.
And does this describe some that you know? But you know, I can only imagine how tragic and heartbreaking Gilda's backstory must be. What? Wait, darn. Did somebody just post a link to their fanfiction about her backstory on my comment section? Well, moving on. I actually believe that people can change, but I must only put trust where trust is justified, and I deserve to be treated with respect. And of course, so should you, my dear viewer. And don't forget the golden rule. So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you. If someone in your life is poisoning your mind, heart, soul, or strength, is it possible that you need to create more boundaries to stop the damage that they constantly and deliberately inflict on you? I honestly don't know what you should do if this describes your current situation with someone. Instead, use your best judgment when you are calm and seek the counsel of those that you trust to make sound decisions that are in your best interest. And the choice is ultimately yours to make. Just in case you're wondering why I use the term hate-filled over the term hateful, it's because our hearts are filled with both love and hate. And whichever we choose to nurture in our hearts will, for better or worse, flow into other people. So, I have to ask, what do you nurture in your heart? Finally, there are people that are neither wise or hateful. They just haven't matured, and they're still learning to grow in wisdom. And these people are known as fools. And everyone has acted foolishly. And these people mean well, so we need a different approach to respond to this final group. And so there's a wide spectrum of foolish people in this world. So it can be tricky to figure out how to respond when someone behaves or acts foolishly. And speaking of fools...
That was totally unbelievable! I mean, the curtain came up, and there you were, singing in front of every pony! And you know, I don't think any pony was jealous, because there certainly wasn't an angry mob, but it must have been horrible standing there on stage, all eyes glued directly on you! It's like you were living your own personal worst nightmare! It was...
Oh, Pinkie Pie, you were my favorite pony of the show, and you just had to let your thoughts wisp you away in a tangent like that, leaving your friends on a limb? You have a lot to learn, young grasshopper. Do you, my dear viewer, wonder how to handle the fools in your life? In that same book I referenced earlier, it mentions, answer a fool according to their own folly, or they will be wise in their own eyes. If someone is foolish, do not condemn them the way I did with Spike earlier. It will neither help you or them. Remember, it's according to their folly, so when I get my feelings hurt, it is so tough, but I try to consider a few things like, do I know their true character? Do I know the facts? And do I give them the benefit of the doubt? Is it possible that they delivered a speech which differed from the message they actually intended? And just think about it. Pinkie Pie enjoys Fluttershy's wonderful voice, and she wants her friend to bask in the spotlight, but Pinkie Pie is a fool. She is an extroverted extrovert who just so happens to have a hard time understanding the concept of stage fright. She is so ignorant of the ability to understand Fluttershy's fears that she just comes across as insensitive, and she didn't pick up on the fact that it made her friend uncomfortable. I know many in the Brony community have and will bash Pinkie Pie for her behavior in this episode, but if you scold someone who is truly meaning well, they will feel like they are being scolded for caring.
What? Too much?
What Pinkie meant to say was that you were really great.
Wait, didn't I say that?
Hardly.
Oops. You were great!
In my experience, the best way to handle a friend like Pinkie Pie is to ask them, help me understand what you meant, and then convey the truth of how their words or actions made you feel in such a kind and friendly manner, so that the foolish one will actually have a choice to make. To acknowledge mistakes that were made so that everyone involved can learn from their experience, or to continue in their foolish ways while believing in their own lies. So in other words, calmly seek clarity with them and watch how they show the colors of their true character. Yeah, and more importantly, show yours. So how does that sound to you? In the case of Pinkie Pie, I would argue she's a good friend that just so happens to be blissfully ignorant of the message that she sent. And you know, haters are gonna hate, but I believe that Pinkie Pie's true colors is endearingly pink. You know, that really is a color, and I believe she should be treated as such.
Hey! That's what I said!
Like I said in the beginning, there are generally 3 types of people in this world of Equestria, just like our world. Wise people, wise fools, endearing fools, immature fools, arrogant fools, and worst of all, the hate-filled. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you can responsibly apply these ideas to your life. But you know, I can't take any credit for any wisdom that I have gained, because wisdom is a gift. And I have to thank all the wise people in my life that have positively shaped my character, and this is the reason why I'm a proud Brony. The show Friendship is Magic shares very applicable morals in a very entertaining way. And in addition, I personally find it very fruitful to daily ask for wisdom to the one who gives it so generously. And on the other hand, if you, my viewer, found this video wasn't very helpful at all, I take full responsibility for that. I am still a wise fool, treading on the path to become a wiser person and practicing it in my daily life. So don't feel discouraged by a few stumbles every now and then. Just continue to seek wisdom, and it will pay dividends in your life and to others. So this concludes my review of The Wise, The Foolish, and The Hate-Filled, Part 1, discussing how to deal with each one. So remember, don't be afraid to tell the truth to those close to you. Seek clarity when someone acts foolishly. Temporarily give space to hate-filled people, and plus you might have to consider additional boundaries if this becomes a recurring pattern. And in the end, the road of becoming wiser is much easier when you surround yourself with those with the same pursuit. Life indeed is tough, but I truly believe that with proper insight, you can make it more manageable, and perhaps you can even make this world a little bit better because of it. Again, thank you for viewing. Down below is a link to my next part in the series. I'll be discussing what it means to be more assertive, using Fluttershy's example in putting your hoof down. So, this is Hallelujah Brony signing off. Until the next video, my dear friend, get out there and be a blessing.